Sumo we ball son, Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame. Sumo we ball son, Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame. Features I've never seen in one coin endeavoring to stand the storm weathering whatever the government bring. Mass adoption, that's an option. Privacy if you need to act with caution. I want to cause you know they're watching. In early then scope and launching. Heads of steel and Armstrong, Aldrin, all in. Terror crawling, crypto cauldron calling. That rabbit hole we falling. Moon missions, vision. Blockchain here to smooth friction. If you hear the call, it's just you listen. Cause we're watching the tale of two systems. And I'm breaking up out of the mold. Cause breaks have been out of control. So dominoes, yo. I'm on a roll like some dominoes flow. Fiat speaking in ominous tones. So we ball son, Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame. So we ball son, Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame. Encrypted messaging, no IP wrestling. Olympus testament, so spine eyes can guess again. Private public festivals, permits blockchain flexible. So I'll be chilling on the lunar in my vestibule. These tools on the front of my pocket, on my ticket to ride on the rocket. So I'm jumping on board like a muff in the Zoro. While we coins fly like an ostrich. They not Apollo gonna take their spot. You can follow or parade to the top. Popping bottles in the vacant spot, waving our hands like charades. So we ball son, Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame. So we ball son, Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame.
There we go.
Blah, 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 blah. Oh my, it makes you feel so irene. The song, that intro, courtesy of Hash Brown, the one and only Hash Brown out of California. Shout out to you, Hash Brown. I hope you're having an irie evening. Welcome, welcome everybody, all Apollonauts and would-be Apollonauts around the world. This is the Apollo Corner. Of course, my name is Richard, and I'm broadcasting from the beautiful island of Barbados, located 11 degrees north and 59 degrees west, just at the northern tip of South America, parallel. And today's weather, it was almost 100 degrees, and the low is about 84 tonight. It is so warm. I can go out on my Harley, wear nothing but this, and be warm. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, we have a very special show tonight, and let me introduce you to our co-hosts. First, from the great state of Arkansas, we call him the Stone Stranger. There you are. How are you? Stone, are you? There you go. And out in the outbacks of Australia, we have the host of Crypto Tonight, Darko. Darko.
Going on, rock and roll brothers.
I tell you. But look, before we introduce our special guest, a quick little run of the market. We all agree there's a lot of sideways thing going on with Bitcoin, generally speaking. Kind of trying to make the mind of whether to go bull or go bear. But as I said on previous show, time is on our side. Yes, it is. Because as I predicted before, near mid-September, the Golden Cross, the great anti-death cross, the Golden Cross. And since the death cross in what, April? Look at the ride we've had. Pretty bloody awful with the big L. And now we're getting closer and closer. What do y'all think of the sense of the markets today, folks? Starting with you, Darko. What do you think?
Sorry, I missed the last few seconds of what you said. I didn't hear it properly. Can you repeat?
No sense of what you have with the markets and the way Bitcoin is moving right now, and as it's approaching closer to that golden cross scenario.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was about just over a week ago, I think I spoke about this on Crypto Tonight. Basically, it was just after the recent ETF rejections that occurred, and we saw the market bounce back into the greens instead of the reds. And I discussed this, and by having that kind of reaction from that news that we saw in a positive light, it showed me that Bitcoin had finally found its floor. It could have been so much more worse. Everything could have just become a bloodbath at that point. But it appears now that Bitcoin, not only did it find its floor, but it's sustaining organic growth. We're not seeing massive gains all around. We're seeing slow and steady movement in the up. So I'm guessing the way it's looking at the moment, I don't make predictions, but I do make expectations, and I'm expecting by the end of this week, Bitcoin to reach roughly 7,800. Over the weekend, it'll probably be bouncing back between 7,800 and 8,000 and starting off the new week on a $8,000 coin next week. So again, we're experiencing slow organic movement now. This is not hype price rises. It's nice, steady. It's what we need. It's what everybody wants. Because as we know, when things go up too quickly, they also come down too quickly.
That's such a true point. You pointed out something very important, and that the growth has been very steady. There hasn't been a lot of humongous pumps, and that's a good way to go. Your thoughts on that, Stone?
I agree with Darko. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday about, you don't want it to go up too quick, because like you said, it will just pump. I mean, it'll just drop down. And I don't think people are selling, and I don't think they're buying, because I don't think they really know what to do right now at the moment. I mean, I'm not being scared to get rid of it now because of the ETF decision coming up that they have to decide. I think I'm right. Am I on that one?
Yeah, there's still a couple of more dates left on the ETF. But it's the indecision leads to low volume, folks. There's a lot of volume, and it's like you're waiting for something to happen. But we'll see how things develop. We're into September now, so exciting times to come, which will be a lovely time for me to introduce you to our very special guest. He is the COO, of the company called Lamoneda. It is the entertainment ticket industry, shall we say, forerunner to replace and displace what has been going on for too many years. And his name is Ali Saleh. Welcome to the show, Ali.
Hey, everyone. How's it going?
Doing all right, man. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Very good. Ali's from the great state of New Jersey. So now we've got two people, at least from the states, representing it. So listen, I think if I recall, Ali, the last time we all had a chat like this, we didn't see each other's faces. It was the time of the Apollo tripod corner on the Discord radio. Yeah. And that was that you're like, what, beginning of July, something like so?
Yes, that's correct.
And it's like dog years between the beginning of July and September 3rd. So what I'd like you to do first, please, before we proceed into what's been going on, give a brief detail for those of us in the audience or watching it on a replay. They might not understand what Lamoneda exactly is, and maybe you can give a brief description encapsulated, and then we can proceed to let us know the exciting things that have been going on since that time.
Absolutely. First of all, I just want to go ahead once again and just say thank you to you guys for having me on the show. Every time I'm on here, it's such a blast. I watch you guys even when I'm not on here, and to see how much you guys have, progressed from the beginning stages, the tripod stages, as you called it, to where you guys are at today. It's definitely a huge movement, and Lamoneda is very happy to be a part of your growth and partnership with Apollo. So it's all around a beautiful thing. So I want to congratulate you guys on your growth and your success, first of all.
For just 1 second, and let me just say that if I ever explain to you what the tripod thing's all about, I think you would go off the.
I definitely can't wait to hear about it. But I mean, from the last time we met 2 months ago, we were still in our infancy stages with our pre-sale and our ICO. And as you guys all know, during that time, even now, the cryptocurrency market is is definitely a brutal place to be. It's not for the faint heart. It's somewhere where, people who are goal driven, are going to maintain and stay in their place and grow and grow exponentially and keep moving the needle forward. So we realized that, as an organization, as a company, with a goal in mind to revolutionize and disrupt the current event ticketing industry, we just have to have thick skin and continue to move forward and fight every single battle that came our way. So as an investor, as a trader, somebody who's scouting ICOs, it's been a grind. It's been difficult. And anybody who's in an ICO right now, developing a cause or a project, understands how difficult it is. So definitely wasn't easy. There were times where it seemed like it was damn near impossible, but we were able to put enough resources together, get the right people on board, and do what we need to do to be successful. So for those of you who don't know what Lamoneda is, this is an idea that was created by myself and our founder of Quebec. We kind of got together and we started thinking of ideas, what we could do to completely revolutionize an industry. And we realized that the event ticketing industry is essentially in shambles, not just with, scalpers and fraudulent tickets, but these companies, these organizations that are put in place to quote unquote protect us as consumers are the ones that are essentially, reaping the benefits of our turmoil. They're charging, fees not only to buyers, but fees to the sellers. And these fees are egregious. Their hands are in our pockets, in your pockets. And we decided that this would be the industry that we wanted to tackle because entertainment and going to events are essentially the forefront of humans. I mean, we love to go spend our time at concerts. We like to get together with our friends and our family members and go to shows, watch football games, soccer, or, American football, however you want to call it. There's just a lot, that people get together to use an event ticketing platform. And we realized that this was the industry we wanted to disrupt. And we understand the power of blockchain technology and how beautiful it is and how secure it is. And we decided to go ahead and commingle blockchain technology with an event ticketing platform where people can buy and resell tickets with 100% transparency, no fees, and just give people an amazing platform to be able to buy and sell tickets, with a peace of mind 100% of the time, knowing that blockchain technology is going to be there to power them. And above and beyond that, I don't think I was able to expound on this on our first meeting, but this is a type of program and this is a type of project that allows cryptocurrency to become mainstream. This is something that's going to bring mass adoption with cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And that's one of my biggest goals, is that everybody in the world understands what blockchain technology is and how cryptocurrency works. And this type of project actually allows regular day-to-day people have access to blockchain technology and have access to cryptocurrency. So that's essentially Lamoneda in a nutshell, and where we were 2 months ago to where we are at now with our ICO being completed. And now we're in our phases of development and getting things moving forward in the right direction.
Outstanding. I think I like to use going your way eliminates the uncertainty of the process. And
absolutely.
And by definition, eliminates the stress.
Absolutely.
And why should there be stress in a process which is supposed to relieve your stress?
Absolutely. It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. I mean, very recently, there was an event organized called the Fry Festival, and it was supposed to be a duplication of Woodstock. And I'm telling you, the guy who ran this event literally stole everyone's money. He's probably going to face, 50, 60 years in prison because he took everyone's money and nobody could go to this event. And this is the type of industry that we're in right now. And this is a man who got caught. There are people who do this time and time again who don't get caught. So it's just a nightmarish situation. And like I said, these organizations like StubHub and Ticketmaster, Live Nation were put in place to protect us as consumers, yet they're capitalizing on our downfall and they're making money hand over fist for virtually doing nothing. And
if I can interject, anyways, go ahead. Sorry, I lost.
No, please. Did you really?
Yes, I just lost my thought. I was going to say yes. Excuse me. If I was playing devil's advocate, and you had an event that people paid Lamoneda for, and for whatever the show was off, you'd be so quick giving back those coins in the speed of Hermes
Yes.
Your reputation's withheld, and everyone's blessed.
Absolutely. It's a win-win situation. I mean, it's definitely, there's a lot of industries out there like this right now where they're completely being taken advantage of by the powers that be. And we just understood that this was an industry that we can control. We can give power back to the people, and we want to help people achieve that goal. And at the same time, like I said, just encourage people to use blockchain technology and bring mass adoption and bring cryptocurrency mainstream for the everyday average user.
Guys,
I like it.
I like it. So, any other questions?
Oh, Marco does.
So
I was going to say mass adoption is the common denominator, and both Apollo and Lamoneda are right on point there. Yeah, you were getting, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, so down the road, as in cryptocurrency, as in payment, are there any certain coins, tokens, or whatever you can use for payment for that, or specific ones, or
absolutely,
and maybe how do you go about it? On that part.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Like I said, in order for mass adoption and cryptocurrency to become mainstream, ease of use has to be there. Mm-hmm. And we understand that as an organization. So what we have done is we've implemented on our platform an opportunity where people can convert their USD or their fiat currency into LMDA tokens or APL tokens right on the platform and make their purchases directly with the crypto, with our tokens and the coin for Apollo. The reason why we're going to give people the instant transferability between fiat to crypto is we're going to give people pretty much zero fees, no fees at all if they're going to transact their cryptocurrency, okay? This is to give people the opportunity to, like I said, mass adoption. That's where we want to go. But then even above and beyond that, I mean, I'm sure you guys have all heard of Square, right? It's an amazing payment app. Yeah. And more businesses are using it every day. They accept Bitcoin now. So, I mean, we're probably going to try to strike up something with Square where Square can be accepted. People can pay with BTC. So our goal is to literally make this the easiest transaction possible from point A to point B. And when you have ease of use, that's where people can actually, that's where you can see a company go from an idea to a multi-billion-dollar company. And without ease of use, you run into a lot of issues. And I think with the conversion method, the application of potentially, using an application like Square to allow people to make payments through BTC is also going to help out tremendously. So our goal is to start off with LMDA and APL, and then hopefully eventually move into some more tokens and adoptability and coins. We essentially have zero bias when it comes to crypto. I mean, we want to accept everything because that's what makes this world work. This side of the world, the cryptocurrency world, needs that type of adoption. We need that type of unity. We all need to band together and allow these types of projects to be successful.
And if I say something on the Square is that the subject of last show was the fact that I was appealing to Victor to approach Square executive and have some high-level meetings to maybe be the default coin rather than Bitcoin, because they might have some difficulties with the transaction speeds and maybe even the availability and the liquidity. So if Apollo becomes the Square, then you're in like Split Alley. It's perfect.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation at that point. I mean, at the end of the day, we all know that BTC is what got us into this industry. We all love and respect BTC to no end. I know I do. But yeah, the transactions are definitely slow. It needs help. I know there's Lightning Wallet out there and things of that nature, but we definitely need to do some stuff. And I know that the technology that Apollo offers is amazing. There's nothing out there like it. So there's going to be something that happens. Whatever it is, we're going to be open to it because it's just going to help the industry move forward in the right direction.
All right, Ali.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Ali, so if there are companies out there who are interested in approaching you with a proposal for a potential partnership,
sure,
what is the best way to approach you? Is it you direct? Is it someone else? What steps would they need to take to start talks even of something potential in the future?
That's a really good question. I mean, for our organization, so just so everybody understands the why behind this, whenever I open a business or a company, my thought process is always, I want to run the most efficient company in the world, right? So in order to do that, you have to eliminate a lot of red tape, but you have to have a process, right? So essentially, if anybody were to want to reach out to myself, Quebec, or anyone in the organization that's a decision maker, they can literally go right to our Twitter or right to our Telegram chat and just say, hey, I have a proposal. And then what would happen at that point is one of our trusted admin would reach out. They would essentially scrub your proposal and then connect that individual or that business idea or that proposal to myself or Quebec or both of us directly and say, hey, this person has a legitimate thought process or a legitimate idea or some sort of question or some business proposition. This is what they've sent us. It seems legit. Let's go ahead and get you connected with them. So that's the easiest way to do it. Just directly write on Twitter, Facebook, or our Telegram chat, and then they would bubble everything up to us as they see fit.
And you're not behind because you're always there, and that's what and that's the good thing. You're always on top of things. You're always watching your Telegram chat room. I said something about you in a positive way, and there you were right there. And that's
absolutely.
Boom.
I'm somebody who's like, I try to, sometimes it takes away from some of my other stuff, but I don't care. If you want to be successful at something, you have to give it 110%. I have no, just because I'm the chief operating officer or anything I don't feel that I'm, above the group chat. Those are my people. That's my community. I want to serve them. Each and every single person in there has contributed to our growth and our efforts as a company. And without them and without you guys, we're nothing. So for me, it's very important to be, ready for any questions, comments, concerns, to address any issues, because that's how a successful company is ran. It's all about being hyper-focused and compartmentalizing your time properly. And there's a madness behind it, a method behind the madness. But at the end of the day, it works, and I enjoy it. To me, it's a lot of fun to man the group chat and be there with my people.
Well, I'm going to tell you something that's very complimentary, Ali.
Okay.
Because I've dealt with you guys as an investor. I've dealt with you guys participating in podcasts. I participate in your chat room when I have a chance. And I got to tell you, you guys are so quick to answer and respond to any questions. Your admin staff, those lovely females, we see all their dear pictures. They do a great job. They're on top of it, and they're very polite and very professional. As far as my investment experience, when I paid for my thing, within 24 hours, it was in my wallet, nice and swift and smooth. And never, you had it set up with points at Lamoneda.com or, tokens at Lamoneda.com. However, it was done great. And I stood for an overused term, but I still got a tip.
Thank you.
All the way through up to this day and beyond. Excellent job, man.
I appreciate it. And you know what? We're happy to serve you. And you personally, you were actually, a winner in some category or another in 2 of our competitions. So we're very happy about that. So congratulations on your winnings, man. You're a beast.
And you're very fast at passing those coins to my wallet for my fruits of my labor.
Yes, absolutely. We want to, hey, like I said, in the crypto.
Sorry, go ahead.
In the crypto space, it's scary, you enter a competition or you buy a token, invest in an ICO or a token sale, and your thought process is like, I want to get my tokens, I want to get my coins, because we understand the nature of the business. We know what's happened to people. We know the scams that are out there. So in order to set yourself apart from those types of scenarios, you have to be Johnny on the spot. You can't have anybody wait on anything.
And I'm going to be the first one to admit that the fake Quebec that was lurking about, I was a victim. He actually called me, and as eerie as this sounds, his voice was remarkably similar, which is probably why he was so daring enough to call me.
Right.
But Ali, I did the right thing. I talked to the boss man, Ali. I said, look, is this normal? And then when he pointed out the username and I see that he put 2 R's in or something, I said, oh gosh. And he emailed me from Lamoneda or support@lamoneda.com, and
Crazy.
it's supposed to be, oh, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Unbelievable.
But I got 5th place in the Telegram contest. I got 5th place in the participation in the chat room. I'm very honored and blessed. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
No,
sir.
thank you. We appreciate it. Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah, I've got a question. Well, actually, I've had the question and then thought about it.
I'll toast too.
Gary Browning in chat, he asked, what part of the world do you host or organize events? And I've kind of thought about that, like Donington or Switzerland, or, Switzerland's got a lot of festivals.
Yeah. So, I mean, the way our platform will be set up is we want to be global. So we have zero bias as to what continent, where we're going to host events, how our platform will work as far as resale is concerned. So essentially, our goal is to just be global. We have zero bias. So right now we're in talks with a few artists. A lot of the artists that we're communicating with right now are in Europe and Africa. So it's just a matter of time before these things roll out. I mean, our goal is to, we ideally, and just to be very transparent, ideally you want to run some sort of show, right? You want to run some sort of festival where you have, 5 or 6 different artists coming in to one event, like a 1-day or a 2-day event. This way you're attracting different types of audiences, right? You're not going to just target one niche. You can have, various types of artists who enjoy, these other artists, but they really like this one artist. So they're definitely going to buy the ticket. You can appeal to a mass audience that way. You kill 5 birds with one stone. It's easier to work out the contracts and everything that you need with all the various artists and event organizers. So in a perfect situation, that's how it would be. And that's our goal. So, but our goal is we have no bias to any specific country or continent. Our goal is to be as global as we possibly can.
And will you include North Korea? Will you include the man?
I'll definitely be in South Korea because K-pop is huge. We love K-pop for sure. I'm very into music, so I'm constantly listening to music, and that's our passion. That's why we're doing this industry. If things get better with North Korea, I mean, being a U.S. citizen, I don't know what that's going to look like, but in the future, if things do get better with North Korea, yeah, sure, absolutely. I mean, I'm a very open-minded guy. We don't mind. We don't discriminate. As long as we can get into the country and be safe, we're going to do it. That's not a problem.
Rocket Man shot out a bomb for a good 6 months now. We're in a good roll.
I know, right? We're kind of lucky right now. A little safer than we were 6 months ago, that's for sure.
If I can digress a little bit on a subject where both Apollo and Lamoneda has so much in common, is their common partner, Aircoin. Okay? Reality on where Aircoins provides for a mutual benefit or a symbiotic relationship.
Aircoins is something like, I mean, this idea is it's a genius idea. The moment I saw it and it was presented to me and I looked at it and I was like, the first thing I thought of was like Pokemon Go for crypto. And I immediately said to myself, why did I think of this? Right? Because it's a genius idea. This project is gonna soar. And another thing I really, really love about this project is just the fact that it's going to help bring mass adoption. The more and more people are going to use this app, especially when you compare it to Pokemon Go for cryptocurrency, it's just a win-win situation. We love our partnership with Aircoins. They're going to take it to the moon and beyond, next level stuff right there. And the one thing I'm really excited about for them is, we see Aircoins in its infancy stage. And it's already an outstanding platform. Just imagine, 12 to 24 months from today when they have, millions of users and this augmented reality and their technology is completely different. And they're running, mass competitions on their platform. next thing you're going to be seeing Facebook videos of people running for a specific coin, like they were running for a specific coin for a specific Pokemon during Pokemon Go. And it's just, opportunities endless. We're blessed to have that partnership with a company that has such a high ceiling. So it's beautiful for both myself, Lamoneda, and Apollo. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
And let's not forget the fact that indirectly we're related to the good man, Mr. John McAfee.
Yes.
The Twitter gift that keeps on giving.
Yes. To me, it's amazing when you can see anyone have that much leverage in any industry. Sometimes it gets a little wild, but what industry isn't? And we love McAfee. We love everything he does. We love the leverage that he brings. And, when you see McAfee endorse a project as an investor, you have to think to yourself, like, okay, if it's an endorsement, that's great. But if there's an investment, that's something else. And when you look at Aircoins and its deal and its partnership with McAfee, you just know that this is something that's going to be out of the stratosphere. It's going to be an amazing partnership.
And it will make people research more than just, Ask and Telegram. They're going to go out there. I would think I would. And look at it myself. Like, okay, I know he's McAfee, but let's see what's going on with what he's getting into.
25 million is a lot to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And anybody with a right mind, with an investor's mentality, is going to take a look at that. And then honestly, with the way Apple, iOS, and Google Play run their apps, it's all based off of trends. So once this thing trends really well in the crypto space, it's going to have no choice but to end up in the top apps part. And you have a bunch of people who are gaming like crazy on their phone. The people are playing Fortnite on their cell phones, for crying out loud. Yeah. They're going to download this app just because they want to check it out. And the next thing you know, there's someone who has no idea what Lamoneda is, but they're going to be like, man, I just collected 250 LMDA today, and I have 1,000 APL coins, and this is where I'm at with this. Mm-hmm. How do I sell these? And then once you ask the how, you do the research, YouTube University, now you just went on an app and made yourself, $150 or more. Who knows? But you did it. And that's the beautiful thing.
Yeah, I've been on other YouTubers' channels that I would not even expect them to know about Aircoins to the effect. And there's half that channel using Aircoins. I'm like, that okay. It's just getting somewhere.
Crazy. Yeah.
But I got to I want to say something more about John McAfee. And I say this with complete and honest sincerity. If I was given the option to have dinner with anybody I want in the world, dead or alive, I swear to God, I would select number one choice, John McAfee. Why? Because his life is so bizarre, so amazing. He has been anywhere and everywhere in life's ups and downs, and he still just perseveres. He's very intelligent. He shoots off the hip, very outspoken, and he really doesn't care what you think, because he only cares what he believes in his own heart. And he's very passionate about what he does, and that's it. I mean, John McAfee, if you're watching this, I hope you are watching this. Jay, please give me the honor of having 2 hours. Best restaurant you wish to select. I would love that honor. Thank you very much. I just had to say that. Sorry.
I'll pay for the dinner. You guys enjoy the dinner. The tab's on me. But I will say another reason why I like McAfee. He doesn't like establishments that are full of corruption. He's gonna speak his mind, and when I'm sure he's had some sort of hiccup or some sort of issue with some sort of event ticket at some point in his life. He's obviously paid the egregious fees at some point in his life. So for somebody like that to stumble upon a project like Lamoneda event ticketing, that is going to trigger something directly in a person like that who hates corruption. and who wants to dismantle it and step in and disrupt any industry that has corruption. So that's another reason why I really like him as a person, above and beyond, all of his awards and accolades and the lifestyle that he lives. He's also a man of like a purpose. He's got a purpose. He's got a passion. He doesn't walk around aimlessly. He doesn't just fall into these ideas and these partnerships. He's looking for these types of things because he has a purpose and a goal in mind. And that's what makes him so interesting and so successful, in my opinion.
Yeah, and not only that, he's so big on community and the regular guy. And if you don't think that he pays attention to your tweets when you tweet him or his McAfee team, think again. They read every one of them, and they will respond back more often than you think. So that's a community thing. So it's sort of like, in our community, Stevie, who is the public relations man, he'll be there talking to you, saying, "How are you?" Just like that. And that's what makes McAfee so cool. So
absolutely,
there you go. Like to have him. Yeah, man, big time. So now, first of all, I think this might be a fantastic time at this moment to have Ali Saud, CEO of the company, make this massive news announcement that we've been anticipating for quite a few days. And right here live on our show, you, my friend, are going to announce. Please take the floor, sir.
So, like I said, from the beginning stage, from the moment we thought of this idea, from white paper to Telegram group chat to 22,000 members to the completion of our token sale phase, the number one concern on everyone's mind, including mine, including the teams, including every investor, is great. This is a cool project. I invested my money, but now what? So it took us a lot of time to figure out exactly what we were going to do. We spoke to a lot of different exchanges, and our number one priority after ICO was, listen, we have to get on an exchange. We want to put our users in a position to where they can feel good about their investment. So what do? We reached out to some of the exchanges that we felt were going to suit our needs the best and had the best exposure for what we needed to do. So one of the exchanges that we were able to reach the best agreement with was CoinPulse. Now, CoinPulse Exchange has agreed to list Lamoneda token on their platform very soon. At some point in this month, trading will commence. I don't know exactly when. Even if I did know exactly when, we wouldn't be able to announce it until we get the official okay. But I'm very pleased and happy to announce that we are going to be exchange official. And I want to take this moment to thank every single person in our organization, from Quebec to every single advisor we have, to every single person who said no to our platform, to every single person who ignored my phone calls, to every single person who has invested. To get to this point right now where we're going to be listed on an exchange is a dream come true. I can't tell you how humbling this is, but every single person who holds our token, you will have a place to trade them, you will have the place to buy them, and you will have a place to sell them. So congratulations to each investor. You have an exchange, and that's the big announcement. CoinPulse Exchange, Lamoneda tokens will be listed on every single pair, I believe, except USDT. So it'll be LMDA, BTC LMDA, ETH LMDA, and CPEX LMDA. So have at it. Go crazy, guys. Big news. Big news.
Absolutely magnificent. Now, and is there some sort of timeline with regard to when it's actually going to unfold? And you can literally, what type of ballpark thing did they give you?
So, you can definitely see trading starting before the beginning of October for sure. It'll probably be sooner than that. We just, want to make sure that everything is. I'd much rather, under promise and over deliver. I don't want to, set any false expectations. But in my opinion, you can definitely see trading commence before the 1st of October, hopefully sooner. But yeah, that's the big news, and it's very interesting, to identify a problem and create a solution for it, and actually see your idea come to fruition. because at the end of the day, no matter what position you're in life or how much money you have or what you don't have, we're all human beings on a very real level. You know what I mean? We all have goals, aspirations, and just to be able to disrupt an industry and have the opportunity to change how the average person buys tickets, that's a life-changing thing. There are people who go to 10, 15, 20 concerts a year. If I could save you, $20, $40 in fees every single time, that means you can invest that money in a better seat. That means that you could put yourself in a position where you can take your child to more concerts. A lot of people I speak with, they talk about going to concerts with their parents when they were younger, and it builds that bond. And to know that we have the opportunity to help that bond be built stronger between families absolutely means a lot. So it's a humbling experience. We're just excited to be here and, be exchange ready. It's a very, very cool thing. Very cool.
And just to understand, when you talk about dates, it's out of the hands of Mr. Sally. It's totally in the hands of the exchange. The timing of formulating and doing all the infrastructure for the wallets and so on and so forth. He has no control over that. So for any that get a little bit antsy as time goes on, it's nothing to do with him. He has no control over the matter. You got to chill and let CoinPulse do CoinPulse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happens? The whole thing though is that Apollo's with CoinPulse as well, right? And right? Aren't they with CoinPulse as well, or no?
Yes, we are.
Right.
So
you can use your Apollo to buy your Lamoneda in the same exchange, and that's pretty cool too.
It's like I said, it's a very beautiful symbiotic relationship. Now, so ultimately, my goal is when I see the position of Apollo, when I see the position of Lamoneda, when I see the position of Aircoins, when I see the position of Megafolio, and Megafolio, that's going to be a game changer. I mean, and that's a whole nother conversation, but, and I've worked closely with each and every single one of their, at least like a CEO, COO, everybody's just so full of class in all these organizations. It's amazing. But when you see like, this is something where like 4 powerhouse companies and organizations and entities are getting together to create something huge. And, I always, when I was an investor, when I was a trader, I always thought to myself, like, why not come together? Like, this is such a niche community, or a niche community, however you say it, why not get together and create some sort of amazing partnership, like a conglomerate? And that's essentially what's happening. It may not be something that we've officially talked about, but it just seems like the energies in the universe is guiding us all together on this one path. We're all like-minded individuals, and the end goal is for us to all be extremely successful and have a purpose and a goal, and to change something and to provide a solution for people's problems. And I think all of us, all of these companies have the opportunity to do that. So as an investor, hold on to your horses, hang on to your tokens, invest as much as you can, buy. These are the types of projects that make people retire. Just to be as real as possible. It's crazy.
And if we can't be physically together, we can be via Vimana and their drones. Take us together to one place.
Absolutely.
Exactly what you just said about Megafolio. That's the first thought was you two, Megafolio and Lamoneda. Just that's got to work.
Mm-hmm.
That goes hand in hand.
Absolutely, because if you think about it, in today's day and age, it's all about social media. Everything is social media marketing, fake news campaigns, real news campaigns, whatever you got, it's out there. But what drives it? It's social media. And when you have a platform like Megafolio, which will allow people to harness that ability in the crypto space, opportunities, the ceiling is unlimited. There's no ceiling, actually. And it's just going to be a win-win situation. I'm very impressed with Megafolio in a production sense. I don't know if you guys or anyone has had the opportunity to look at some of their graphics, like the things that they release. It's really, really cool. And the Spencer, the CEO, he's also very hands-on, man. He's in there, he's in the trenches, he's putting this stuff together, he's guiding his team. He's a leader. and everyone's following his guidance, and you will see this will definitely be where it needs to be. The technology behind it, Apollo, great. So it's just too good to be true, but it's happening. It's beautiful.
And there's 5-star General Bob Walker. We can't forget about him. In fact, we're going to probably have him on our show. Yeah, Bob Walker. Yeah, bleep.
Yeah, 5-star General for sure. He's he you know what? He's also, you know, I've had very limited conversations with him, but the conversations that I've had with him, very hyper focused, point A, point B, and he's always pointing out like, hey, this is an opportunity for you to reach out to this person. He's always looking out for his partners, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
That's him on the nail, hitting on the nail, man.
That's right. So, what other questions do you guys have for me on this glorious night?
Well, now that you've said that, Ali, on that note, we have 30 people watching, 16 likes. If people are watching, please like this video. If you don't like this video, a cat will die. So make sure you like this video. And also, as Ali just asked, if any of the viewers have an opportunity to ask a good question or even a random question to Ali, this is your chance now to ask him any question.
Yes.
So type your questions in, we'll read them, and Ali will be answering them for you. We'll try to squeeze them in time.
Absolutely.
Get my shades down, I can't read nothing, so I might look like 10 years older, just like that. Anyway. And I hate cats too. I'm with you, Jeff. I mean, that line about the dead cat, make it about 100 dead cats. Make it 1 billion.
All cats are assholes. Every single one.
They're not obedient. They go out for 2 weeks and
they want to do what the hell they want to do, and they screw you. Facebook, whatever.
Oh boy.
I like cats.
Well, okay, you can have them all here. There's a lot of strays. Plenty to give to you. I love dogs. I absolutely love dogs. I absolutely hate cats. And the
Me too.
Plus, yes.
I have 2 dogs. So I love cats. I love dogs.
Yes. Well, I'll take your dogs. Leave the cat.
Oh, Gary Browning in chat. He's asking, would tickets have a refund period?
Will tickets have what?
A refund period.
Yeah.
Because you know everybody wants to have that. You know.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, you'd be able to either. So let's say you purchased. So this can happen in 2 ways. So let's say we were organizing an event through Lamoneda's protocol. We were hosting the event 100% ourselves. You bought the ticket through us. You can either A, refund the ticket, or B, resell the ticket, right? If you resell the ticket, you would resell it on our platform. It would be up for grabs for somebody else to get it. It would be resold on the blockchain platform that we've created. So you'd have the opportunity to do that. But also you could refund up until the day of the event. I don't see a problem for that. But, you know, a lot of times, like with Ticketmaster, you can't get a refund. Like once you buy a ticket, it's done. You have to buy like ticket insurance, and the ticket insurance only refunds you if you lost your job, you've moved more than 100 miles away from your previous physical address, some sort of like death in the family obituary must be provided. Things of that nature. It's insane.
And you probably don't get your feedback.
No, you don't. And you have to pay like $20 for that insurance. And that insurance is not provided through Ticketmaster. That insurance is like another third-party insurance company who collects your premium, and then they handle the whole refund process. So everything has to run through that.
Let me ask you this, though. To resell, you have a limit to what type of profit margin they're allowed to have, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Now that is so here's the thing. We understand that reselling tickets is a lot of people's lifeblood. That's how they make their money. There's a lot of retired people just reselling tickets. Okay. So we don't want to essentially put anybody out of business. We like capitalism. We like when people can make money. We like business owners. So we're not trying to hurt the people who are making money either. We want to find a fair balance. But we don't, like, as an organization, we're not going to set the baseline for how much you can sell your tickets for unless it's we're hosting the event. We'll have a baseline flat rate, but even still, we're going to communicate with the artist and say, hey, what do you feel comfortable with? Do you feel comfortable with your fans paying 200%? No, right? So let's limit that. Let's put it at a 20% governance, right? So we're going to have this conversation with the promotion team to figure out exactly what their resell is, because we don't want to tell anybody exactly. We don't want to set a baseline, right? We want every single person to have some sort of say in it. It sounds convoluted, but it's not, because once you give somebody an option, it's like, hey, we have this 20% baseline that we offer everyone. Are you okay with that, or do you want it higher? And it's just that simple, right? So you might have a ticket that was resold for 20% higher. You used our platform, and then 2 weeks later you could buy for a Snoop Dogg concert, and he only wants it at 15%, right? So it can be different depending on the artist. Somebody like Ed Sheeran might only want it 10%. It really all depends on the artist and how we agree to that, but we will govern it 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have a couple of questions from the chat room.
Beautiful.
The first one I think that I can answer. Adam
Right.
Philbin and Megafolio will be able to be stored in the Apollo wallet. Well, I do believe that the new wallet that's being formed, they're going to have the combination for our partners with individual wallets. So some way to carry the coin in the asset section or one of those sections of our wallet. I'm sure that's in the mix. And Jordan, great question, Jordan. Will Lamoneda ever switch to the Apollo platform? Because Ali, you're going to be on the F platform on the block smart contracts aspect of it, correct?
Correct.
So now, at some point, Apollo, either in the late 19th quarter of 2019 or the first quarter of 2020, Apollo is going to have smart contract capability, and it will be released. Do you have plans on then, when that happens, switching over to the blockchain of Apollo, being that the smart contract is in place? Your plans for that?
So that's a phenomenal question. Our tokens are going to always stay ERC20 tokens, right? Because for the most part, I mean, as what we've discussed, because to change that is a nightmare, right? Reissue everyone's tokens, nightmare. As far as the actual ticketing platform, you want to have a very healthy ecosystem that's going to be able to transact and be transparent. Have we talked about commingling technologies? Yeah, we have. One of the first things Steve and I talked about 3 months ago when we started this partnership was, hey, this is going to be a symbiotic relationship, and here's why. Our platform provides Apollo even more liquidity than it already has, more userability and ease of use, essentially mass adoption, mainstream for APL. Then again, with the technology that Apollo creates, those instant transactions, impenetrable, an amazing ecosystem, a beautiful blockchain, we could potentially see ourselves, meshing our technologies together 100%. Have we discussed in detail exactly what that looks like? I'd be lying to you if I said yes. So right now, what we've talked about is establishing an ecosystem directly for our platform for the event ticketing. We eventually do want it to come off of the Ethereum blockchain. We don't know exactly when. We don't know if it's something that we're going to create on our own, or if this is something that we're going to work hand in hand with APL. So, the path of least resistance is all I'm going to say. The path of least resistance.
Okay, very cool. There's another question coming from Caligula. Hi, man. Ali, how can you ensure that one person cannot buy multiple tickets for a show?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we can ensure that one ticket will be sold because the way the smart contract will be set up for the actual event, it's going to have, so let's say there's 350 tickets or 350 seats or people allowed in one venue, just to make things easy. We would generate 350 unique tickets for that one event. It would only be compatible with our POS systems when you go to the event. Somebody could go ahead and try to create some fake gibberish and try to go ahead and use it at the venue, but their ticket just will not work because everything is running directly through the blockchain, through the smart contract. So there would never be a situation where tickets could be duplicatable because it's impossible to penetrate or duplicate the blockchain. It just wouldn't make any sense for them to try to.
Yeah.
Okay. And Gary Browning asked about the group rates or standard fees only. Are there rates that you'll be able to entertain where you can get a group like you know how that works?
Yeah.
Is there anything like?
Yeah, great question. I mean, we could do something like that, but in theory, you could essentially buy one ticket with no fees, or you could buy 100 tickets with no fees. You would just essentially convert your fiat on the platform to either LMDA or APL to go ahead and buy the ticket with no fees. So if we were charging fees, hypothetically, yes, we would want to have like group rates where there would be no fees if you bought like 25 plus tickets. But in this case, since the way our platform's going to be set up, there would be no fees involved if you converted to crypto anyway, especially LMDA and APL. There would be no fees with that.
Yeah, one of you guys, Stone or Darko, have any questions for him?
Yeah, I got one more. As in when you buy the ticket, you're going on Lamoneda's website to buy the ticket, and that's where you buy it. But you can only sell it through your website, right?
Correct. Yes, that is 100% accurate.
That's the scalping, getting rid of scalping right there, right? In a sense.
That's right. The only way you'd be able to transfer or sell your tickets would be directly through our platform. So you would never be able to take one of our tickets and resell it on StubHub because they can't support the technology.
Exactly. And you bring it, well, I don't know if you do or not, but do you bring it down to, do you monitor it to where, or not monitor it, I guess you could say, but where they can't sell it above a certain.
That's what you meant before. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
And the amount is to be determined contractually between the artist for the event and Lamoneda. They determine what percentage. It could vary a little, correct?
100%. That is accurate.
Quickly, Ali, what about the roadmap? Are we on point right now? And what's the next major bus stop along the way on the roadmap?
Yeah. So, I mean, Q3, crowd sale and distribution of the coin, development of the Moneda protocol. So right now, our protocol has pretty much been created, and that enables control of all the sales and trade between ticket holders from the moment the first ticket sold until the last ticket is scanned. So, and every ticket, like I mentioned, is created uniquely. So we're in the end stages of being able to create that right now. So we're building that. So stay tuned. Big news to come for that. Q4, the beta version of our app will be released. We've already released, images of what it's going to look like about a month ago. We can actually go ahead and resurface that so people can go ahead and take a look at it. It's really cool, very clean, very user-friendly. It's a beautiful app. So the beta version of our app will be released. This will allow our users to test for any bugs and give us feedback. And then the final app should be released at the end of Q4. The desktop application client as well. This will enable users to access the product and services directly from a desktop. So that's also working right now. Our website and everything is being created. And then as far as, 2019, Q1 will be an extension of Q4, just kind of building upon that growth, making sure that the ecosystem of our token is healthy, getting listed on more exchanges, things of that nature, just growing our community in a very organic, grassroots manner. We're also going to, once Q2 comes in 2019, we'll have essentially a lot of users at this point. We'll have a lot of event information, ticketing industry in our database. So we're going to create essentially a cloud service where we're going to house all of our information for previous data. We're going to be honing in on, starting an event as well between Q1 and Q2. So essentially in Q3 of 2019, we're going to put ourselves in a position where we can establish multiple events through Europe and Africa and our own promotional platform. So, and then Q4 of 2019 is essentially going to bleed through what we essentially just talked about for Q3 of 2019, and then essentially coming up with a new roadmap and just continuous growth, new exchanges, coin market cap. Essentially, from this point, it's a snowball effect. So as long as we can stay focused, and the beautiful thing is through our token sale, we were able to raise enough money to reach all of our goals and everything that we needed to do to create our platform and our protocol. So we're very happy about that. So yeah, we're just ready at this point. It's just from here on to the next, and just clear, concise goals and continuous moving forward.
And a reminder to everybody that there is currently an airdrop going on with Lamoneda. I strongly recommend that you go to the Telegram chat room, and all the rules and regulations and how many Lamonedas you can earn are all very clearly laid out there. So I urge you all to join the chat room and such. And by the way, Ali, what you never mentioned with the rollback is who knows how many partners you may make along the way. One never knows, and you're always open to anything that way.
Absolutely. I mean, our goal is to just, we're very open to possibilities, options. My thing is, once you surround yourself with very smart people and you hire smart people to do a job, it's crazy to tell smart people what to do, right? You hire them for a reason. You want your organization to be, to think on their feet. You want them to be organic with their ideas. You don't want to limit people, especially in an industry like this. You want people to, be able to do whatever they want to a certain degree and come up with amazing ideas. Because once you give people the power and the feeling of ownership, because they have it with us, a lot of really beautiful things happen with an open mind and a really good idea, and being surrounded by like-minded individuals. It's just all a win-win situation.
Well, thank you very much. That was very well put and very well said. We're running out of time. So, folks, any last words from either one of you or our esteemed guests, Ali, Stone, or Mirko?
I've got one more question that I've seen that I think about the same thing as Caligula. I can say it right. That is Caligula. Is that are the big ticket companies, is what he's saying, have to change their ticket software and platforms? I wouldn't.
No,
think they would.
They wouldn't have to change anything. So this is the cool thing. So let's say somebody bought something from Ticketmaster and they want to resell it on our platform.
Mm-hmm.
Once they go ahead and resell it on our platform, we essentially automatically will upload that ticket onto our smart contract. And then at that point, it can be resold on our platform. So okay. StubHub, Ticketmaster, they could continue doing what they do. We would just have an extra step to do a conversion process. And that'll be pretty much automatic.
But a dependable extra step, a dependable, honest, and counterfeit step. Right. Something you can depend on and not worry about step.
I could live with one more step and not having to pay $50 extra for one ticket.
Exactly.
That cost $50.
And as a reseller, you wouldn't even know that extra step exists. And I will tell you, very recently, a friend of mine had some Ed Sheeran tickets for Seattle, and he couldn't go to the event. Last minute, life changed. He couldn't go. So he resold his tickets on Ticketmaster. He bought the tickets for like $154 each in the pre-sale. He sold them for about $200 each before the event happened. Now check this out. When he sold the tickets, Ticketmaster charged him $20 per ticket to sell on their platform. $20 per ticket. Now, mind you, don't forget, when you buy a ticket, they're charging you right around the same fees to buy the ticket. So in that transaction, Ticketmaster didn't do anything but just put it on their platform. And then guess what happened? I'm sorry, StubHub. This was through StubHub. The resale was through StubHub. They charged $20 for each ticket times 4. They made $80 off of one transaction, and they didn't host an event. They didn't do anything. That's the sad part. That's the sad part. So we're going to change that. I promise.
Best thing to Ticketmaster, which is
it's a nightmare, and I promise we will do everything in our power to change it. We're just as frustrated as everyone else. We're going to change it. That's without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, because I'm a concert goer. Love music, love it. And then sports. I don't know if you're going to get into college sports or anything to that effect, but
we're going to try. The NCAA seems to have an open mind now.
If it's entertainment, he can sell a ticket.
That's right.
Darko, any last words, my friend?
I'm all out of questions for now, but I must say it was an honor and a privilege to finally meet the man himself.
Yes.
And I look forward to seeing what future updates you have in store for us as well. So
Thank
it
you
was
so
a
much.
pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. It was my pleasure to be here. Thank you guys so much. And, you know, Darko, I think you and I have a date tomorrow night, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Hour first.
So it's going to be our second date, but you can. I couldn't hear you, Richard. What did you say?
I said shower first. Shower.
Yeah.
No, I was talking to Darko. That one alone. Anyway, this is a good time to say goodnight. Thank you once again, Ali Saleh, for your wonderful information, bringing us up to date. We're all excited for September and then October. And thank you, Darko, and thank you, Stone, from the Australia and also from the U.S. I say goodnight to all our Apollo. Until next time, like and subscribe, please. And
Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Please, we're small people. We want to grow big. You have a good night.
Take care. Bye.
And rock on, everybody.
Rise like jet fuel, hot flame. Soon we balance on Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame. Features I've never seen. In one coin endeavoring to stand the storm weathering. Whatever the government bring. Mass adoption, that's an option. Privacy if you need to act with caution. I want to cause you know they're watching. In early then scope and launching. Hands of steel and Armstrong, Aldrin, all in. Caldera crawling, crypto cauldron calling. That rabbit hole we falling. New missions, a true fiction. Blockchain here to smooth friction. If you hear the call, so just you listen. Cause we're watching the tale of two systems. They're breaking up out of the mold. Who makes it been out of control? So dominoes, yo. I'm on a roll like some dominoes flow. Fiat speaking in ominous tones. So we on the sun. Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame. So we on the sun. Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame. Encrypted messaging. No IP wrestling. Olympus testament, so spine eyes can guess again. Private, public, festivals. Hermes blockchain flexible, so I'll be chilling on the lunar in my vestibule. These tokens are the phone in my pocket. On my ticket to ride on the rocket. So I'm jumping on board like I'm up in the Zoro. While we coins fly like an ostrich. They not Apollo gonna take their spot. You can follow or parade to the top. Popping bottles and waiting on heaven sprays. So we on the sun. Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame. So we on the sun. Apollo, crypto, all in one. A step for devs, a leap for blockchain. Rise like jet fuel, hot flame.